to Jonathan Taylor. Huge hole. He's at the 30. He's going to go. 10, 5, touchdown. Jonathan Taylor made a man miss the line of scrimmage and then runs it into Pater for a one-handed INT. Are you kidding me? Kenny Moore.
What a play by Nyheim Hines.
Horseshoe is back, baby. The horseshoe is back.
What is going on, Colts Nation? And welcome back to another episode of the Bring the Juice Colts podcast, guys. This is going to be a little bit of a quicker one, just kind of an update for you guys. So it's been kind of coming out today that Carson Wentz is actually going to host a number of offensive skilled players near his home in Texas. And so Carson Wentz is going to be hosting a couple of these guys, which is definitely, I think, a really good thing. Going to kind of be doing it in the month of July, obviously leading up to training camp, which will be taking place. I believe the 28th will be the first day that I know fans can go, but around the end of July, all the way in August, the Colts will obviously have that training camp for, you know, their team, and they'll be playing some other teams. And so amongst those players, let me just pull up all the players here. Amongst those players who are linking up with Wentz are Jacob Eason, Michael Pittman, Desmond Patman, Paris Campbell, Zach Pascal, Mike Strawn, and then Mo Alley Cox and Kylan Granson. So some people were asking, where's T.Y. Hilton? I know he usually kind of does his own thing down in Miami, down around in Florida, where he is from, obviously, where he went to college at. But, you know, instant reaction to this, I think, first off, for those people who were saying, man, Carson Wentz is not a good teammate. Carson Wentz is this, isn't that, isn't this kind of a leader. I mean, my goodness, what else do you want from this guy up to this point? He hasn't taken an actual NFL snap with the Indianapolis Colts, and he's doing all the things that a leader of the locker room, a leader of men does. And I think that just will go a long way with a lot of these different guys. And so it's certainly great from that standpoint. It seems like it's something that really is going to serve this team well moving forward, kind of building that chemistry, right? We know how important that is and how long that kind of takes sometimes. I mean, we even saw, throwing it back to last year with Phillip Rivers, with all the things the Colts couldn't do because of COVID protocols, their offense really struggled early on. It took some time for some of these guys to really get meshing right with each other and really get used to each other on this Colts offense. But the fact that the Colts now, especially all these pass catching targets, are going to be working with Carson Wentz, I think that's just going to go a long way. Some of these guys that really need to have some really good seasons, and some guys you hope will be your long-term solution at wide receiver and tight end. I think that just speaks volumes. And also the fact that Jacob Eason is out there working with him, I think is going to be really good for his development here. Now, you know, entering his second season, never had any preseason action, needs all the reps that he can have, needs all the chemistry he can build with some of these receivers, because I have a feeling that Jacob Eason is going to be seeing a lot of preseason action coming up here. And it's going to be critical, I think, for Wentz and Michael Pittman and Paris Campbell, those three guys, to really find that connection. Because those, besides T.Y. Hilton, those are the other two main guys that you got to think, if they stay healthy, they're going to be big parts of this Colts offense in 2021. And if Paris Campbell can stay relatively healthy this season, hopefully even further on, he earns a contract extension here soon, and the Colts continue to move on with him. But overall impression, I'm really liking what the Colts are doing on offense. I'm really liking the chemistry that they're building together, and all the guys that are being willing to go out there with him, all these young guys that, especially guys like Mike Strawn, other guys like that, Desmond Patman's another name. All these guys kind of vying for potentially the back end of the roster. I think this is really good for him. And then Kylan Granson and Mo Alley Cox, two tight ends that are fairly young. Mo Alley Cox, obviously, he's been in the league a little bit longer than Granson, but it's good to see them trying to build that chemistry. Honestly, and I know Derek has said this, I feel like I can say this as well. We believe that with Carson Wentz, both these guys have a chance to have really good seasons this year. Obviously, they're two different skill set of guys. Mo Alley Cox, really the big physical freak at tight end. We think he could be a big red zone threat. We know how much Carson Wentz likes to use those bigger guys, whether that's wide receiver, whether that's tight end. And, just with Granson, kind of what he offers at the tight end position, so much different than what the Colts have had at tight end for the last couple of years. So overall impression, love what this means for the Colts. It's definitely, I think, going to serve them well as training camp comes up, preseason comes up, and then boom, you're into September and you're starting week 1. You're hosting the Rams. I mean, it's coming quickly. The Rams are a team that is vying for the Super Bowl. You have not won a playoff game. I mean, I'll just say this because we've said it so many times. You haven't won a playoff game in, I believe, 6 or 7 years now. It's 2013, I think, was the last time the Colts won a opening game, and that's absolutely insane to me. So they need to be sharp early on. They need to start fine-tuning these things now. So when training camp comes, when preseason comes, they can continue to iron out the kinks that they have. The miscommunications won't be an issue, and they'll be ready to go. By week 1, they will be a well-oiled machine on offense. That is the hope with this, and I'm loving what Carson Wentz has done already this entire offseason. He seems like he's been a great teammate. He's been reaching out to different guys. He's been organizing practices. These are the type of things that you like to see from your starting quarterback, from your potential franchise quarterback. So that's kind of, guys, my overall impression of this. Love to see this. Love to see these guys working. Love to see these guys grinded together. Love to see these guys intentionally taking that time to want to build that chemistry together. If they can, man, the sky's the limit. I feel like this offense has so much potential, and they continue to refine and continue to get closer together. I mean, like I said, hopefully this Colts offense by week 1 can be a well-oiled machine for 2021. All right, guys, that'll do it for the video. If you're still listening, thank you so much. Be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe. Turn on the notification bell if you haven't already. We're trying to upload a lot more videos. As more content comes out and as we get closer to the season, we're going to be cranking out a lot more relevant content. We're obviously in the middle of a couple different series right now, so we try to post every other day at least. So if you guys are new to the channel, or if you've been listening for a while and you haven't quite hit that subscribe button yet, we'd love for you to do that because we love to bring the content for you guys. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate all your support, like I said. And as always, go Colts.